So we are waking up to the reality that we are not alone. There are other worlds, and the world that is fast taking over is called a digital world. Many of us are surprised that we are losing work quickly, and we find ourselves in the place, especially in South Africa, where people that are at the age of 65, only 21% of South Africans are making it to the age of 66. 79% of South Africans don't survive. And the reason is very simple. At 63, when we go to our retirement, we suddenly wake up to the reality. And the reality that we wake up to, especially in our country, is that we are one of the highest unemployed countries in the world. And when you wake up to this at 63, the only ones who manage to make it beyond 65, they are going to be taken care by SASSA. Not that they are happy, but they are alive. Not that they are rich, but they are just alive. And we are missing, like I always say, rich grandpas and rich grandmas in South Africa, because 79% of us don't make it. The question is with me and you today. Where did those jobs go? Let me tell you, if there is money that is decreasing in the country or in your home, it simply means that money has increased somewhere. But you become surprised that we have few and few factories. We no longer have as many factories as before. Where did the factories go? Where did they disappear? But the money is still there. But where is the money? Here is the answer today. The money is getting transferred from the physical world to the virtual world. And if you don't follow the money, if you don't go where the money is, you're going to be in trouble. That is why we find that 79% of South Africans, after they retire, they don't survive beyond 65, because for the first time they see the realities. And most of the ones who don't survive are the ones who have worked all their lives, are the ones who have studied all their lives, and they see themselves in a situation that they never expected that they will be in. And that is why today we say it is important that you must be born again. That means be born into the digital world. Digital awakening, and virtual transformation is what we are saying to you. Let it come to you. And I'm going to show you today a video that shows that not only you are not awakened to this digital world, but even our government. It's only now that they are beginning to wake up. Like I said before, we have been complaining about the land that is taken. And we have been following our politicians for the past 30 years saying that they are returning the land. Guess what? Whilst they are looking at the land that is being taken, the digital space has just been taken, which is more richer than the land. That is what has happened right now. And we are not being told that truth. Our digital space has been just taken. And that is the place that has got more money than our land. I'm going to play you this video that is showing that for the first time, because of our partnership with countries like China, countries that were long awake to this digital space. Only now that we are starting to fight. Now I'm saying, don't wait for government to fight for you for the digital space. Look what is going to happen right now. Let's check this video and I'm going to share it. I will need your guidance to make sure that I share the sound as well of this video. Let me know if you can hear this video. Can you see it?
Yes, leader, it's clear.
Yes, leader.
Okay, after seeing it now, let me know if you can hear it.
Our next story is from South Africa.
Can you hear it?
Yes. Yes, there is a sound.
Can you hear the sound?
Yes, leader.
Clearly,
Now, here is South Africa, our country. They are beginning to wake up, and that is just a few days ago. They are beginning to wake up to the exact lessons that we are doing now. Listen to it. I'm not going to be long with it.
Our next story is from South Africa. The country has taken aim at US tech giants. Google, YouTube, Facebook, X, all of these companies are in Pretoria's crosshairs. They've all been pulled up by South Africa's Competition Commission. It says these US tech titans are undermining South African media houses and that American algorithms favor global news outlets at the expense of South African media companies. The biggest offender is apparently Google. In fact, let me read a part of that statement. This is what it says. Google's monopoly position and the unequal bargaining position of the media means that there has not been an equitable share of value between Google and news publishers in South Africa. The Google algorithm distorts competition between news media organizations. Those were the charges. And what is the solution? Apparently an annual fine between about $16 and $27 million for 3 to 5 years. That is what South Africa wants to charge Google. It also came up with orders for Facebook and X. Pretoria wants the social media platforms to change their algorithms so that they direct more traffic towards South African media companies. And that's not all. They want to take American social media companies to task over the spread of misinformation. Pretoria wants to make them liable for misinformation posted online. Now, you may or may not agree with these recommendations, but that's not even the point here. The point being made is political. Look at the bigger picture. This is a message from South Africa. It wants to reel the Americans in. It's not afraid of clashing with big tech, especially companies being favored by the Trump administration. Because look at the recent exchanges. Earlier this month, Trump lashed out at South Africa over a new land law there in South Africa. Trump said Pretoria was treating white South Africans, quote unquote, very badly. So he stopped all US aid to South Africa. Perhaps he was hoping to make them fall in line. Instead, this was the response.
Are concerned about the potential impact of the decision by the United States government to suspend some of its funding for HIV and TB programs in
Now, leaders, we are not in a political space, but I'm saying to you, without the land having come back where it was promised that it was going to come back, instead, there is a punishment which is in misinformation. Very unfortunate on that. Even other white people are saying this is not fair for South Africa. But the country is waking up further to say, not only that this we've been fighting the land, but we are now fighting the virtual land, which is the virtual space. These companies for many years, they have been taking and raking this money and things that other countries, they saw them long time ago. When China was saying Google stop, Facebook stop, and everything stop, we thought they were mad, but they were now waking up to the virtual space. Now, that is government. I'm not there. My worry is you. My worry is that very soon you are going to wake up and you will find that there is no work. And you will be told by your grandchildren that, grandma, go to Facebook if you want to find work. There is no longer work that you can queue out somewhere today anymore. We all queue in the virtual space. That is my simple story today to you. The reason why I give this story to you is because I want us to start from scratch. And when we start from scratch, this is where we need to start. This is where we need to start as a people. This is where we need to start. Can you see this slide? Can you see this slide, leaders?
Yes, leader. Yes, we can
Yes,
see
leader.
the slide.
Yes.
I want you to look at that as a city, and that city, you just arrived in it, and you don't know how to go through the city. And maybe in that city somewhere you have a flat or a house. And now the main thing is that you need a guide in a city like this. You need a guide. You need somebody who's going to guide you. But we will introduce that person at the end of this because this is a very complex. We are network marketers in the first place. We are not Facebook experts. But I made it easy to us to say it is like a city. And it is very important that we start exploring it because this is where our money is. So we need not save the rhino anymore, but we need to save the grandparents. It's no longer the Save the Rhino campaign, it's Save the Grandparents campaign in South Africa because 79% of our grandparents, they don't make it beyond 65. Yet 79% of the rhinos, they are making it beyond their old years. So I'm not complaining about rhinos. Job well done, but the new campaign has begun now. Save the Grandparents campaign. And this is where we are saying, let us all go. Why are we doing this? Here is the reason. Check in the next slide. Now, this is the reason. Now, when we are in this, let us help those who are participating in the recording, because very soon we will say we want the recording. And then you will hear some stories in this recording that we didn't want to hear. Now, between these two, one of them is using the traditional economy and the other one is using the virtual economy. The virtual economy at the beginning, we don't understand it, but this is how the virtual economy looks like. Let's go and check.
Go.
Let's stop here. For some time in the virtual economy, we find that there is a great progress at the beginning. Sorry, in the traditional economy. There is a great progress at the beginning. There will be a lot of award winnings. There will be a lot of, achievements and something very visible that is happening. But in the virtual economy, it seems impossible. And this is how this economy of social media network marketing looks like. You look like you are invisible. You look like your things are starting slow. And this side, there is a lot of applause because there is a lot of progress. And it is for this reason that people get impatient with this side because they don't see where it is going. Already here, there is progress. There is a few of these cups that are left here, but here, when am I going to to qualify. When am I going to be recognized? When am I going to do this? When am I going to, rise and rank? When am I going this and that and that and that? That is the question that we are asking ourselves this side. And this side, we see a lot of achievements, and the story continues. Let's stop here again. We see that now this one is only left with something that is 1/3 of the number that is on the virtual economy. We look at it and say, this will be done very soon. That is how we look at it. And this side, there is no hope because there is still 2/3 to that 1/3. And this is how we look at the life. This is how we look at the invitations when we are inviting our people to come into the social media space. This is what they are saying. They are saying, we have moved. This is hopeless. This is hopeless. Now, the story continues, and this might not be over, minutes, but over months. And this is the Okay. It just decided to stop there, but obviously you see who the winner is, right?
Yes.
You see who the winner is, and that is our story. That is our story today. We are saying that we want to make sure that you win. We want to make sure that you come to this virtual place. And then we are saying to you that your personal profile, that place, in that city, that place is your home. This is your home in your digital town. And this is the place where you need to introduce yourself. You need to decorate this home with photos, and you need to share updates with your families and friends. That means your neighbors. You start introducing yourself. You start making your bio there. You start making connections. This is where you start connecting with people from this place. Even when you want to get a business in this town, you first have to connect with people. You first have to personalize your space. That is where we need to understand that this home, we need to build it. You have a lot of places today that are physical, and those places, you see them as homes that are good with bonds. Very soon, let me tell you this, the space, the virtual space is going to be more expensive than your physical house. Did you hear what I'm saying? Already, there are people whose virtual space is more expensive than their physical houses, and that is why we see money disappearing. And the virtual space that is more expensive than physical houses, as we speak, is in the place of the finances. We know today that people in 2013 who started to see that the finances are actually in the physical, in the virtual space, they started making digital money and they grew. But today we're not talking about the money, we're talking about your home. And secondly, to go beyond that, after you know that in this city, your house is in order, now you want to move out of the house because you want to go to the place where you want to build it in order for you to increase your livelihood. You want to say, now I want a place where I can build the business. So the thing that is called a Facebook page, this is your storefront. This is the place where you are showing your brand, you are attracting your customers, you are promoting your products. And Ruth has shown us here that we need to make sure that when we are here, we take, 70% of the things that we do, we need to give them as education. That is why today many people are educated online more than outside. 70% in the YouTube is educational courses more than the education that is in the physical spaces. Today, the invitation is that you need to have 70% of education in your Facebook page. 70% must be education. Only 10% can be about you, and only 20% will be about the product. But the main thing that is the 70% is about your brand, is about the education. You are branding yourself, you are building the trust. Yes, it is a storefront, but 70% of it is informing, empowering, because these people that we are busy empowering, informing, tomorrow, they are going to be your customers. We saw when Ruth made an example about, scheduling for 7 days, which is something that I have also. I have scheduled for 7 days, an education of 7 days, which I did with exactly the GRW as she has done. And for that 7 days, I started yesterday. I have finished a 7 days posting, which is just informing about, not even about GRW, but just about the importance of an immune system. And in those 7 days that you are busy giving that education, people are following you. In the third day, you throw you throw an advert there of GRW. And then in the 6th day, you throw another advert. You have only put 2 adverts, but most of the times in that 7 days, it has just been the education. Here is my request to you. Open a Facebook page. Ask yourself this question. What is it that I can educate my people about? That is the 70% that you need to keep in your mind of this store, because 70% in this city has to go out there for free. Do we understand one another? Okay. Maybe I'm muted. Am I muted?
No, we can hear you,
No,
Leader.
I are not. We can understand, leader.
Okay. Now that you are busy
Yeah, you
building
see.
your business, now that you are building your business and you are learning how to build it, you continue in the city. Let us help somebody again. We continue in the city because now we know where we are building our income. Though the income that we are building here, it is the 70% that is like that child who for 70% of the time, it was like that child is not making any progress. Do you remember the child? Okay. Now, we will proceed from here now and say, okay, now we have seen our storefront, the place of our future income. And then after here, we continue. We continue now to move around the town. As we move around the town, let me just remove this. We notice that there are billboards. There are billboards. There are also street performances around the town, because these are the stories that are around, because these stories are the digital billboards. How many of you know that in your personal space and also in your business space, there is that part that is called stories, which disappears after 24 hours. It is also there in the WhatsApp. How many of you know about that place? And in this place, if it is videos, it will just be reels that are just a short-term video, which is just taking maybe about 1 minute. And all that is just stories, short stories, and they have a lot of engagement and they are very important. Now, this is a reminder that whilst you are building that page, you must have as many stories as you can, both in your home as well as in your page. There might be stories that are just passing and they are short. They look like they are meaningless, but those small videos of maybe 1 minute or those little pictures, they are beginning to show your visibility. So it is very important, leaders, for you to understand when you are in this city that you need to know the importance of collecting those stories. Like I'm doing now in the videos, the YouTube and all that. At the end of the day, though it is a 1 hour video, but I will be taking it and divide it into little strips that I'll be throwing from time to time as the stories, like this part which we are using now. You will be seeing a little story of this maybe in the TikTok. You will be seeing a little story of this maybe in the 24-hour space of the WhatsApp, the 24-hour space of my personal story, the 24-hour space of my, because even our business pages, they do have that place of the story. So how many of you now understand what a story looks like in the town? Do you have a picture?
Yes.
Let us proceed. Now, when we proceed, we go into the community center within this place because it is very important that that place of the 70% education, we need to come here and tell them that, guys, we give 70% of education in a certain space there, you know, in our storefront. And you come here, you share it with them. This is a Facebook group, and you build relationships with them here. Because maybe if you are busy with a wellness storefront, you go into the city and go to community centers where they are talking about wellness. Maybe one of them is talking about support group. One of them is talking about rehab. You know that, okay, I do have products of rehab. You know, I do have products of detox. I do have products of weight loss. You go to the community centers of weight loss and all those places, every place that has got a shared interest. Don't just join any group in Facebook. Don't just take any invitation. I am challenging you right now. Maybe you already have 114 groups and you don't even know why you joined them. Go out of all those groups, begin to look at only what is your interest, something that will benefit you at the end of the day, because in those spaces, they will be helping you with information as well. Now, we are done with the groups, and now we understand what the groups are. Another very important part in this Facebook city is something that is called events. It is very important that we promote events. Tonight, there is a meeting. This meeting is of product. By yesterday, you should have put in your Facebook page, or maybe, yes, in your Facebook page, an event that says how many people are attending. We've got a place where they are going to educate us about wellness. And you also can get paid whilst you are living a healthy life. Now, that is events where you are talking about the webinars. They may be online or there may be physical events, like the event that is going to be there in April in State Theatre in Pretoria. We need to start promoting it here and say that there is that event. You don't have to wait for it to be closer. You need to start now. Put it today, put it now, so that you begin to have your build-up. And the people who are in Pretoria, who are your friends, they will want to know that what is happening there. So we need to understand that we must be part of those town gatherings. They are called town gatherings because this is the digital city of Facebook where we have those gatherings. And at the same time, we do have the open air market, which are the street markets. And these street markets that we have, there is a place in Facebook that is called a Facebook marketplace. And then you will see a lot of items being sold there. I tell you, from cars to anything is sold there. There is nothing wrong about you going to that marketplace as well, which is in Facebook, and put your things there because it's a street market. Everybody is passing by. So remember, leaders, that you do have that marketplace, the Facebook marketplace. Put your things there because, we have a lot of people who say, here is my business. Maybe the business is in town, but in order to attract customers, they will also go and put some of their products in that street marketplace. And when you say you want more, they will say, no, you can go and pass in our distribution center. That is where you can get more of these orders. So it is very important for us to remember that there is that Facebook marketplace. And there is also an important place, which is a messenger. I know that most of the time we accept people, and when we accept them, they jump into our messenger space, and as a result, the messenger space, which is the postal service, this is where you get your post. That space, we have an attitude against it right now. We no longer want to come there because there is a lot of people that are uninvited, that are just coming. We don't even know that they are scammers or what, that are coming to sell things to us in that space. But you need to take care of that space. It is a very important space then. That is where all your information is coming for your business. It is for your business, for nothing else but for your business. But I'll be introducing to you an extra messenger space that we have had in APL Go, which is very, very interesting today, which is more advanced in the artificial space, but the artificial intelligence space. But we do have this place, which is your town's postal service, and that is the Facebook messenger. So it is very important for you to plan how you want to communicate with your people, and everyone that you meet in this space is just for a short time. You just greet the person, and then you say to the person, how can I communicate with you outside this? Or maybe you give a link here, which is going to take the person to a safe space of communication. But yes, we need to use that postal service of our Facebook town. We need to use it well and understand it. Which is for the information. So in the next one, it's getting more complicated now. Your business, as you have it there, in the storefront, maybe you have your business. It is possible that you have about 5 branches of business in the town. If maybe you are like your Pick and Pays, you might be having branches around the country, but there has to be a place that is central, which maybe we can call the headquarters or the head office. How many of you know that? That you as a business, as you are growing, you can grow and not use the head office maybe when you still have one business. But the more you have about 5 businesses, or rather 5 Facebook pages, that is where now you need the head office. Now that head office is called the business manager. We need to learn how to build and create the thing called a business manager, because the business manager is the space which is counting all your assets. That I have about 6 Facebook pages. One of the pages for musculoskeletal, and the other one is for cognitive health. The other one is for metabolic health, and maybe the other one is for nutrition. The other one maybe is for cardiovascular health, because that is where you educate 70% on these issues. Now, those are your your hubs. They are actually not your hubs, they are your branches, but you need to have a central hub. And that central hub is called a business manager. That is one of the things we will be teaching about. From here, it gets a bit complicated, but these things, when you are meeting the guide of the city that I'm going to introduce at the end of this, we are network marketers. We don't have to put more of our mind in this, but this is just to simplify, to say to us that we need a business manager who is going to manage all our businesses or all our pages, and that is the headquarters. We need that headquarters. And inside the headquarters, you need to have something that is going to see all the activities in all the businesses. You need inside the headquarters the cameras that are showing every store what is happening in every store. And that place is called the nerve center. Now, the nerve center is the place which in Facebook we call it Meta Business Suite. You are now the business manager, and the business manager, which is the headquarters, that is the business manager. But inside the headquarters, there are some cameras there that are looking at all my businesses around the country or around the city. That place, which is the nerve center, that place which has got all those cameras, is called Meta Business Suite. That means I can just enter inside there and post in all my pages. I can just enter inside there and communicate with all my stores and do business in all my stores, even if I am not there physically, but I'm able to run them from the center, which is of the Facebook manager place, the business manager place, which is the headquarters, but the business manager place inside it, the place where I am looking at what I am managing, is called the Meta Business Suite, because now this is the place where I will be posting those 7-day scheduled messages. It is the nerve center, it is the Meta Business Suite. And I'm encouraging that after this, you find time to go and listen to this recording, because this thing, you cannot just understand it in one day, but these are basics that you need to give even for your children. Like I'm saying to you, even our government is beginning to wake up. These are the things that were supposed to be taught in the elementary levels of our not the universities, but down there in the lower primary. These are the things that must be taught there, because we all need to have a digital awakening. We all need to have a virtual transformation, because that is the place where the money is. Now, these lessons are very basic, but you need to take them to your children too, for them to see what you are doing in APL Go, for them to see the importance of being here. Even if you are working somewhere, the knowledge of this is empowering you even in your workplace. And within here, in the nerve center, there is also another place that is looking at the surveys on how we are performing. That one, after you have made maybe all your adverts and all that, you will be looking at that place, at how we are performing. I think we also left a very important a slide, which I will include again now. When you have your head office, you also have your marketing center. You have your marketing offices. In the marketing offices, that is the place that is called the Facebook ads. That is where they are running the campaigns. That is where they are going to run all the campaigns. Before you arrive at looking at the performance, you need to go to the marketing office, which is the Facebook ads. That slide is not here. I'm sorry about that. But that is where the business now is promoting, selling, and doing that. That is where you are doing the paid adverts. It is that place is called the Facebook ads, but it is not here, and my apologies about that. After you have done your campaigns, you come here to look at how they are performing. You come here to look at the customer behavior, that how are they behaving as they are seeing that. Now, having said all that I said to you, my leaders. My message of hope to you is that we are network marketers, as we know. Our company has made sure that in this city, the digital city, we need to have a professional guide. That means when you come here in the first 30 days, when you come here in the first 90 days, you don't have to worry about the city because the professional guide is going to be there to be doing all these things. But as he does them, as she does them, because this is Luna, as she does them, she will be telling you and you will be getting educated, because we said the future way of educating now is to ask more questions, more than to know. So as long as you understand that you have got the sister, Luna, who is your professional guide in the town, I did introduce you also to the brother who is ChatGPT. And I will tell you the reason why you must have that as your personalized account, because Luna is not your personalized account, it is for the company. So this is the guide that is going to take you through the digital town of Facebook, and you don't have to navigate that place alone. This professional guide is going to help you, with the lead generation in that marketing office. He's going to help you, but you must take the professional guide to the places like the Facebook groups. The professional guide cannot take himself to that place. You must say, let us go to those places where we have the interest groups. And that is where you must begin to introduce your professional guide there, because you are leaving your address, you are leaving there the about me, you are leaving your bio when you are in those places. So when you are using a Luna, you are able to make your marketing efforts to be easy. Since I started using Luna, my leaders, let me say this to you, for the first time, I can have my complete weekend off both Saturday and Sunday and not doing any work, because since Luna arrived, Luna is able to do, in 1 week, something that we can physically do online in a month. That is Luna. And I'm encouraging you that you need to go and register them, and look also in that URL that is there, how to become part of Luna, because this is the one who is going to be your professional guide in this digital city. And now, this is my last slide where I say, at last now, I hope that you understand the basics of the city, which is called Facebook. You know how to navigate it. And these basics are very important, because the moment we start working, we need to work from these basics. I always said to you leaders, we used to come and see at the colleges, at the universities, people who are struggling in maths. And we only found out that they struggled there because they skipped the basics that are at grade 8, grade 9. They skip those basics, and those basics, they will catch up with them. That is why we are doing basics like this of a Facebook course, to make sure that you understand these basics. You might say, no, they have got nothing to do with APL Go, but let me tell you this. For you to sell, you need a car. For you to have a car, you need a learner's license before you have a driver's license. And when you are driving, you will even forget that you had to do a learner's license and then the driver's license. This is the learner's license in the virtual city, which we are doing now. And I will stop here, leaders, and I will open the time for comments. I will open the time for questions. I hope this makes sense. I know these are very simple lessons, very simplistic, but we are trying to build something that we are going to take and give it even to the next generation. Any questions, any comments?
Leader, I just want to comment and say, for myself, I appreciate the fact that, when you teach us something, you make it so simple, that it's so easy for us to catch. Even if we don't understand everything on the one lesson, at least we have the recordings. We can go over that, and we can get more clarity. Thank you, leader.
Thank you, leader. And then leaders committee, you are next, and you have also written something. Maybe you can just say it.
Oh, thank you, leader. Yeah, let me start with what I have written because I'm still learning Facebook. So I normally just open Facebook where there is my picture and put a story sometimes there with music. And when I change my profile picture, I will see it going to down. So I don't know these other pages that you are talking about. So I'm not sure where there is my profile pic. Is it where you call it home? And then which one is the page? Because now it looks like there are several pages. I'm not sure how will I be able to go to open those pages. How does one open those pages? How will I know that now I'm in the NEF center? How will I know that now
Yes.
I'm in the marketing office? Such
Yes.
things.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm still like lost there.
Well, that is good, leader. That is understandable. That is why we need a guide. We need a professional guide within the system. At the same time, we get lost. The guide is looking for us. Where are you? You have Luna here, but I don't see you. Uh, because we are still practicing. And if you notice my invitation to you this morning, I invited you via a website. And if you click there in that website, you will find that in that website, I have started to build it to answer these basics in that website. What I'm going to encourage you to do, my leader, click in that invitation that I gave you this morning. Click there, you will see the website at the bottom there. I need you to comment there at the bottom. Have these questions, ask them there, because when you do that, you are beginning to build now, that curricula for everybody there, and you're making sure also that your questions are stored. This cannot be an answer that I can give you all at once, but we are building something here that is going to make sure that you will be having them step by step. So go there and write there at the comment section within that website. Click the link there. You will see there is a picture there, which is like the one that was here. And then after you click that link, you write these things just to make a follow-up. And you can write them also in my APL world for me to make sure that I make a follow-up, because we are all here differently abled. We are not the same in the knowledge of what we are doing. And there was a time when Dr. Minki said, we need to classify each other and be able to put each other with classes. By what we are doing now, we are busy sifting, making sure that there will be classes where we will know that this one is a beginner, this one is intermediate, this one is advanced, and that one is an expert. So if you can just do that for me, I'll really appreciate, and then we will attend to that.
Okay, leader, because I ran away from Facebook some years back when there is now the messenger people start eating my money.
Yes.
Because I'll be talking to somebody thinking that I'm talking to Mr. Vando.
Yes.
Who telling me, no, go and deposit so much. I've received money. Oh, no. Now, because you know the person, you trust the person, you do it. Only to find out that person's Facebook was hacked. And you are talking to strangers.
Yeah, like
so
in
then
your
I ran
house,
away.
there are house
I will never
breakings.
come back into this.
Yes, you must know how to lock your house, the security of the house, and all those things. We have to be in this city, but we need to understand the security, how we become secure in this city. Yes, we have had those challenges, all of us. Every day I get more than 40 messages there. I don't even look at them because by now I have been trained on how to handle that. But yes, we have to navigate the city, my leader. Thank you for your questions.
Good day, leader.
Good day.
Lucas here, Limpopo.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. When you were busy presenting, you said you forgot Facebook ads. That is marketing and advertising.
Yes.
So I was busy writing short notes.
Wonderful.
I just want to find out from you, this subheading Facebook ads, advertising and marketing, where does it fit under all those subheadings? Town gatherings, what, open air marketing.
You
Where
see,
does it fit?
when you have a business, you have the people who are your marketing agents. You
Yes,
have the department of marketing.
Mhm.
And they are the people who are bringing business into all your branches because they are
Yeah.
selling, they are advertising, you see. And for them to sell, for them to advertise, there is what is called, we have to pay something that is called a boosting the advertising, you know. You have to make a payment there. And then I will also, it is also written in the website there, which I have sent as an invitation. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to add all these slides in the same place as well. And maybe we will add them also in our Facebook group. And then we will explain each one. What I'm doing here, my leader, I'm just giving basics. I'm not going deep into what is what, but just for you to have a picture that there is a city like this. And this city, we need to know it. Because at the end of the day, you're going to ask me exactly that Meta Business Suite, the nerve center, that is like looking at the whole town, the cameras all over. How does it operate? At the end of the day, you need to understand the deep operation of each one. But today is just a basic introduction. But a short answer to you is that the Facebook adverts is the marketers. Those are the people who go to look for their business for you. You pay that advert maybe over 10 days. After you pay it and then you calculate, you know that I'm going to have 10 responses from 100 people. Maybe I'm going to have 100 responses over 10 days. And then in those 100 responses, I'm very sure that 10 are going to join, but I have to communicate to the whole 100. You see? So that is all happening in the Facebook advertising manager, which is our marketing office. It is happening there.
Okay, thank you very much. I understand now.
Okay, leader.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, I've got some written questions there. Budnati says, thanks for the lesson, Leader Vanto, very enriching. Is it possible for you next time to use the actual Facebook page to guide us through it? And I hope that will be more clearer. Yes, yes, it is possible. And please write this also there at the, as you open up there, write it there. Because let me tell you what I'm going to do, leaders. What you are seeing here today, it's going to be a 7-day course, just in the same way Ruth advised. It's going to be in a Facebook page. That Facebook page is called maybe Facebook course for MLM. I'm going to send a link. Then you will be following every day the links there that are teaching you a little section bit by bit, bit by bit. So this is not only ending here. Whatever that I'm doing here, it's going to be posted over days. I'm going to schedule it today. I'm going to spend time scheduling this. Maybe slide 1 will be day 1, slide 2 will be day 2. This day we're talking about the Meta Business Suite. This day we're talking about the Facebook group. That day we're talking about the stories. That day we're talking about the marketplace. I've got another question here, which was where is the Facebook marketplace, which is coming from Leader Schameti. And then we have here Leader Mamkenti says, thank you, leadership. We have to practice. That is very important. Until you stand and do this, it makes no sense. You know, I learn every day. I practice every day. Every day I wake up to something new, you know, and that is very important for us to do that because we must walk around this town. Leader Refilwe, thank you, leadership, for all the information. Very important, Leader Flora. Thank you, Leader, your patience of learning with us and encouraging us and for more and more. And then Uputuam Lapa Uputrava. Uti, thank you very much, my big leader. And then my brother in Sassolbeck says practice will make it possible for all of us. Thank you, leader. And Leader Thomas, I want you to consider applying Luna in your, I know that before you came to APL Go, you are a property person. I want you to consider applying it there as well. We have our upline today. We are blessed to have him. I was not even aware he is here. That is Date Baloyi. Welcome, sir.